Good morning. So today, total knee replacement day, we're day 19 post-op of my left knee. So I want to say thank you to everybody that's been listening and following me, especially all you guys on TikTok. I hope I've been helping. Quite a few of you have asked me quite a lot of questions. So over the next few days, I'm going to do some frequently asked questions that are going to cover so many things that you don't get told before your op, after your op, and what to expect in the 2 or 3 weeks after, you've got home. But today I just want to bring you up to speed with where I'm up to. So yesterday I had my first physio appointment. I actually had my operation in a place called Practice Plus Group, and this is in Plymouth in the southwest of England. And they are one of the largest, if not the largest, private provider for the NHS. And they're the ones that manage the 111 facility, as well as one of the main providers for eye operations, cataracts, and also for orthopedics. So that's like knees and hip replacements. I'm not going to tell you at the minute about my journey with them here in Plymouth because it wasn't a positive experience. But time will tell, and at some point I'll be able to share that with you. So where am I up to? The last time we spoke, I was talking about not sleeping. I was talking about a pain on the inside of my knee, and so much swelling. It was unbelievable. So in the end, I contacted the Practice Plus group and spoke to a surgeon, one of the consultants there, and he said what I was experiencing was completely normal. Probably a little bit worse for me because I'm hyperflexy, which means that my ligaments and tendons are very stretchy, and that's why I'm prone for dislocations and things like that. Although I've only ever dislocated my shoulder twice while skiing. Not nice. And I wasn't actually doing anything. I was actually in a sauna post skiing. Anyway, that's another story. So he basically said that, it is what it is and keep on with my exercises. Don't worry about anything. So I can now walk up the stairs normally without holding on. So that is really positive. And yesterday when I went to the physio, which I'm not entitled to, by the way, because I was NHS, but through a private practitioner's hospital, whatever you call them, I have to go to the NHS. And the NHS, there's a big waiting list, regardless of what I've had done. But because of the issues that I've had with this provider, they rushed me in quickly and I saw one of the senior physios. And it would seem that I'm well ahead of the game, believe it or not. And now that I'm off blood thinners, thank goodness for that, I can now take anti-inflammatories. So I have naproxen for my back, and I took a naproxen. I can also use heat on my knee now, which promotes blood to the area that promotes quicker healing. But you've got to be careful because obviously it's metal in there. And so I've moved myself onto naproxen and more heat treatment. And when I had my measurements done yesterday, my straight leg extension, is -4. So if it's 100%, that means it's completely straight. But because I'm hyperflexy and I hyperextend, it's actually -4. So that is actually more flex than my right leg, which was -1. So that is really positive. And I was always able to get my leg straight from the minute I was out of the op. My knee bend. So I didn't know this, so this is worth you guys knowing. You may already know, but I didn't, that you will never get the bend that you have with your non-op knee. So your non-op knee will go to about 130-degree bend, but your new knee, if you're lucky, will get to 120 at the max. Some people might be able to get a little bit more, but what they say is very, very low percentage will get any more than 120%, and not that many actually get 120%. So if you're really pushing to get beyond, 110, 115, don't break your neck, because it just doesn't happen for a lot of people. So they did my measurement, and I'm actually 115, and I'm not 3 weeks yet. So that really gave me a boost, because I thought I had to get it to 130, and it was like, this is never going to happen. So they said, which has made me even more happier, hence why I've got my lipstick on, and I've got my red jumper on for Christmas, and I've had a go at doing my hair, kind of. I can go swimming. It's like coming out of prison. Seriously, it's like I've been in prison for 3 weeks. A very nice prison, obviously, with very good service. But there's nothing like being able to get out the house properly and go and do something that you love doing. So what I can do is water hydrotherapy, hydrotherapy. So I can do forward walking, backward walking, and sideways walking in the water. And that is what I was actually doing before I actually had my op, to kind of keep up a lot of strength, as well as the swimming. And he said the exercises that I've been given at home for 6 weeks plus, I can now start doing in the water, which is squats and all these other kind of stretches, because the water is really good for helping with stability. What I'm actually going to do, though, because I was doing running in water because I couldn't run normally, so you don't have the impact on your knee. So I was actually water running as well as swimming, but I was finding that my feet would slip on the bottom of the pool. So I'm going to get some rubber socks that cling to the bottom of the pool, and that will help me when I'm walking around the pool as well as in the water. So if anybody's thinking of doing this, or you're at that stage where they've said you can go in the water, I would seriously recommend getting some of these, more than flip-flops or anything like that. I don't think flip-flops are good at all for this surgery, or trainers. I think the rubber socks are the best thing you could go with. And I can also swim, but only backstroke and not using my arms. So I have lots of floats because of my swimming that I do. So I'm going to take my floats and I'm going to do some backstroke where I just hold the float on my chest and lie back and do some gentle kicks. And I'm also allowed to go in the steam and the sauna. Yay! Because my wound is completely healed and good and dry and everything. So on that note, how am I going to get there? I'm not allowed to drive. Although I've got an automatic, I'm not going to risk it because my leg does start cramping, my left leg, after being sat upright with my leg at 90 degrees in a car. And after a couple of minutes, I'm like fiddling and twiddling and, trying to get comfy and want to stick my legs straight. I can't risk driving, so I've got a scooter. Madge, Benidorm, eat your heart out. I've not pimped it up or anything. It's just a blue scooter. I've not used it yet. Oh God, can you believe it? People are going to be looking at me like daft. But it will get me up to the gym without me having to rely on anybody taking me. So it will get me up to the gym and back, and it will give me independence. And I can go to the gym and do what I like. I can also do upper body stuff. So I'm actually happy, so happy. It's untrue. And the swelling is going down beautifully. I will give you a little view of the offending item if you give me a moment. So it does look a little bit red in one area, so let me just show. So I've put some little strips on here because it was where the skin was overlapping and it was struggling to close. So I've just put a couple of strips on there, as you can see, and it's closing really nicely. Now this isn't too clever, or this, but that, as you can see, is healing. Sorry, it's a bit graphic, so it looks worse than it is, but this one is a little bit angry, but it's not that warm. So that is just going through that normal natural healing process. It's not infected, and as you can see, it's completely healed. I actually want to scratch it, but if you look, that is so much better. I'm starting to see a bit of a kneecap coming out here rather than big swelling, and I have got a tiny bit of feeling coming back here. So they were actually really happy with me, and I'm walking really easily without my crutches, but if I go out, I am taking them just in case, because it does get a bit tired after walking too long. I have to realise I'm only coming up for 3 weeks. So I just wanted to share that with you, and anybody that's going to the physio, don't worry. They're not going to do anything nasty or make you do anything unpleasant. But if you're not getting your bend, they are going to push you to do that. And I know it feels uncomfy, and the skin is tight and pulls, and I was thinking it was going to split open, or I got stitches inside that were going to get damaged, or the ligaments and tendons are going to tear or strain. 100% they won't. And it doesn't hurt. That's, as you know, it does not hurt bending it. It's just unpleasant and a bit scary, because you don't know if you're going to do something that's going to hurt. It won't. So push yourself. That's what I've done. I've really pushed myself. And if you do it at the beginning, it will stay. If you don't, and you leave it a month or 6 weeks, it's going to be harder. So have faith in yourself, feel confident, and push through it, and it will be good. You will get that 90 degrees. So, from a happy Elle and her metal Mickey, have a lovely Saturday. Thank you for all your motivational comments and love and support. You've been amazing for me. And my next few blogs will be frequently asked questions that have been asked, and I will go into a lot of detail, and hopefully they will help you all. So have a lovely Saturday. Love you. Bye.